Strippers in California. Are they worth a damn? Well, only the cute ones, you know. Today we're going to talk about strippers. Oh, not that kind of stripper. These kind of strippers. So this is the older stripper that I got probably 3 or 4 months ago. This is the new stripper made by Jasco, not a sponsor because I don't have sponsors. And this has a new formula that California has now outlawed everything with methylene chloride. So this is non-methylene chloride stripper. The old stripper, extra strength bonded semi-pasty, whatever the hell it is, made by Ace Hardware, not a sponsor. Removes multiple layers and it's non-flammable. It does stink and it will burn your skin if it stays on there, you know, for a little while. The strip's multi-layers and it's got non-methylene chloride. And figure out what methylene chloride is and put it right here. I don't know what methylene chloride is. So I did an experiment yesterday and did a little film on my GoPro and I did these. I made these little scrapers. When you play with strippers like these paste strippers, you need to brush it on with a little brush like this. And you need a metal pan to put it in. So always keep your pie tins. Oh, there's a two-tip Tuesday thing. Keep your old pie tins laying around and throw them up somewhere. Keep them around in case you want to strip someday. Well, you don't strip in here. You put your stripper in there. They say to use a plastic scraper, blah, 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 or a metal scraper. You got a 3-in-1, 5-in-1, 1000-in-1 tool, one of these. I use this after I've already scraped it off because I don't do it ahead of time because it has plastic on there. And it even says you can use a plastic scraper and blah, blah, blah. Well, this stuff, it melts plastic. Why would they tell you to use something that's going to melt? And plus, you know, with your wood scrapers, and I'll put a little, this on a two-tip Tuesday I'm going to make right here. How to make your own little wood scrapers out of scrap. More scrap. I'm going to be the scrap man after a while. They won't call me woodworking with Mr. Kevin. They're going to call me scrappy old fart. Oh, whatever. These things. So you make your own. I make my own because see how they get all gunky and nasty and stuff. And you got to scrape down here. I'll show you in a minute. I make my own scrapers. That way I can scrape it off and clean them off, and when they get dull, I can just sharpen them back up on the disc sander. And when I'm done, I just, you know, throw them away and get more. Because I have more, because there's a never-ending supply of scrap around my shop, you know what I mean? The reason I did this in the first place, talk about these two different strippers, is that this one works really good. Put it on there. By the time you get done painting it on the surface, you can start wiping it off. It says wait 15 minutes, but that's kind of too long. And it comes right off, and you could scrape it down, and then you wipe it down with this, with one of these here things. You should use the purpley ones because they're stronger. You know, they're more coarse, and a little bit of Sunnyside Specs paint thinner. You can no longer buy mineral spirits in California. It's now called paint thinner. It's missing something else, probably methylene chloride, whatever the hell that does. It's not like people drink this stuff. The stuff that used to work, you can't buy anymore because some reason it's probably bad for a slug or a snail or three-legged toad. I mean, what are you going to do? Go outside and pour this in a pond? No, don't be an idiot. All right, some people are idiots. Sorry. Anywho, the reason I did this in the first place is because I was like, okay, I'll use the new stuff. Okay, use the new stuff because it's new and give it a shot. This is $30. This is $65. So it's new and twice as expensive. And I'll tell you the truth, it doesn't work very good at all. No. This stuff, when you're done, scrape it off. Wipe it down with some this here stuff. You take a paper towel and you dry it down, or an old rag. I got rags everywhere because, you know, I'm a dude and I go through a lot of t-shirts. And you go to sand it, and with this stuff, it sands beautifully. Let me show you. I'll show you a disc. Hold on a second. See that disc right there? It's got a little bit of gummies on there. And gummies are what happens when you sand finish that's not quite either dry or it's still gummy. That's why they get sticky. So that was from this. Okay, I did the exact same thing with this. Same process, wiped it down, put the thing on it, blah, 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 scraped it off. Exactly the same thing. I go to sand it and I get this. See those? That's gummy. That wasn't just these two. One top. Look how many I burned through. These now are like 45 cents a piece in California because everybody's an idiot. Look at that. Sheesh. So the new groovy stuff that's eco-groovy, I don't even think it's eco-groovy because it burns your skin. I got a piece on me the other day and I'm like, what the hell is that? After a while it started to burn. Yeah, you got to be careful with these things. What's the big deal about methylene chloride? Well, I guess, in my unscientific mind, methylene chloride helps dry out your material after you're done. I got a top over there that I did yesterday with this stuff that's still wet, still tacky. Does this to your sandpaper. So now, at 45 cents a piece, I gotta waste $4.50 to sand the top because I'm gonna burn through sandpaper like crazy. Pay twice as much for the stripper because it has methylene chloride in it, whatever the hell that is. And I'll find out what it is and I'll put it up right here. And it takes twice as long, costs me twice as much, so I have to pass that on to my clients. And they're not happy about it. When you got to charge somebody $250 because this costs $65, you burn through $450 worth of sandpaper. It takes you an hour to sand the damn thing, and that doesn't even include stripping it, which takes about 45 minutes to an hour. And then you got to put 3 coats of the new stuff. And the new stuff, I kind of liked it because I used it on the bar in Willow Creek, and you guys saw pictures of that. I'll put it right here. It's a water-based polyurethane exterior. I'm using that on these tables and hopefully it'll work. Water-based top coat, see, look at that. And I've tried spraying water-based polyurethane before and it was terrible because it takes 6 hours to dry. And this dries in like an hour. And this top will need 4 coats. So that's 4 hours of waiting in my shop. But I've got 5 or 6 to do, so yeah. And this stuff worked pretty good, so this is going to be another experiment. I'm going to do an experiment and we'll see how this works in a very, very busy bar. Six Rivers Brewery in McKinleyville. Check it out right here. So we're going to use Eco Groovy Finish, which worked pretty good the last time. What new California rule, blah, 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 that doesn't work worth a damn. I'm going to use this one on the top I have here. I'm going to use this on the top that's still out in my truck. And I'll tell you how long it takes when I'm done to strip them. And then I'll let you know when I'm all said and done. And then I'm going to spray it with this. It says 3 coats, but I'm going to put 4 on because the Six Rivers Brewery in McKinleyville is quite busy. I built quite a few things in there. Quite a few things. It's on one of my videos. Anyway. And there you go. Strippers in California. Are they worth a damn? Well, only the cute ones, you know. With all the new rules and regulations, I'm surprised they even have strippers in California. Oh yeah, I forgot safety. So, to be safe, you should always wear gloves. I just wear these because I burn through these pretty quick. And I just use my old pair because they get a little sticky and they melt a little bit. But I just use an old pair that I have just to keep the stuff off your hands. You should always wear your glasses, you know. You walk around like this and you get a in your eye and oh, that ain't no good. Oh, and you should always wear an apron or something to cover up because your clothes, it'll stain them and turn them white and probably like burn a hole in them and stuff. Even though it's eco-groovy, it'll still eat you up. If it takes off finish, it'll take off your skin and it'll take off your clothing. So, oh no, don't do that. Yeah, gloves, eyewear, and can you hear them? Yeah, fans. I got 2 fans down below here and I got 1 fan over there that I turned off because it makes too much noise. But you always keep the place ventilated. Do not do this in a closed area. Do not put this on the floor and try to strip your floor because that won't be any good. Put the stuff in here after you scrape it off, not in a brown paper bag. You put it in a tin can thing there, and then when you're done, you just flip it over and wrap it up. And yeah, make sure it's dry. let it dry out, because this stuff will actually dry out and become not so nasty in the landfill if it's all dried up. You don't want it all wet and nasty and caustic and flammable. It's also flammable. So I would not recommend smoking a joint or doing things of that nature while you're stripping. If you want to smoke a joint and strip later on, then wait for the evening. Okay. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Hit the like button, notification bell, fling flang to bang bang. Thanks for being you and spending time with me. Have an awesome day, and we'll see you next time on Woodworking with Mr. Kevin. 'Cause that's me. Bye. I'm going to do an experiment. All right, so I'm going to turn this one off because I put on there turn off microphone dummy, because I always leave this on to walk in the house and take a poop, and it scares me. Like somebody's listening. Oh, and one more thing. Don't let your meatloaf. Oh. All right.